Where to leave off? Where exactly? In the Chovot. I'll tell you. Yeah. Yeah. We left at 870, third paragraph. No. Yeah, he said something interesting. I'm going to repeat it. It's important. 870, bottom paragraph. It's important for you to know the merit of the one who believes. Even if he's able to achieve something which is an exceptional level of devotion to Hashem, even if he achieves something which has a semblance of what the Nevi'im, the prophets, achieved regarding their good qualities and their conduct, which were exemplary and praiseworthy, and their initiatives in serving Hashem, and their pure love. Their merits do not equal the merit of the person who guides a person to a proper path. He says, and directs the wicked to the service of the Creator. He said, their merits are multiples because of the merits of those that he has guided. Yeah, but he's explaining why. Because all that's going to happen is due to his. No. Doesn't say you should be effective. We have a principle. We don't say you're not permitted to sin for somebody else to be meritorious. That you're not permitted. You say you're going to be affected negatively. So you're not permitted to put yourself in the possibility, in a position that you may sin. Is the kiruv, does it create a situation where you may have a setback because of it? It's a problem. You're not going to have a setback, but you were saying something else. But factually, if I be in solitude, I'd be able to achieve more on my own. I'd be able to advance to a greater degree. He says, no, this has greater value. We're not talking setback. Two situations. No, it's not Rishon Yichai. It's not Rishon Yichai. But he had an impact on his generation. Of course he had a big impact on his generation. I mean, they disseminated Torah. I mean, they mentored thousands and thousands of students, these people. Reb Kiva had 24,000 Talmidim. So many of them, they all had.
You're saying how, like, the concept of Chovot HaLevavos, we talked about this in the past, about how we use up the merits violence. But the truth is, it's self-fulfilling, because even though we use up their merits, every time we do a mitzvah, we add to there, zuchus.
But maybe it's
So
not
keeps-
enough.
so
But it's
keeps-
not enough.
Keeps filling, keeps
Yeah,
filling it up.
but the Gemara says it could be depleted. Could be depleted. Could be depleted. Will be depleted. Ultimately, it will be depleted. You know, it's interesting. The Chovot HaLevavos writes that if a person has a din Torah in the community, like in Europe, you had a Rav, and the Rav ruled against the person, and the person's upset, and he goes and speaks, says a lot of negative about the Rav, and he discredits the Rav as a result of his Lashon Hara, because he ruled against him. So the Chovot HaLevavos writes over there that what he's doing, not only is in violation of speaking Lashon Hara, it's a question of Chil Hashem. Why? Because until now, if the Rav of the community would rule, people would value his rulings. But now, because he discredited him, they say the man knows nothing. So as a result of that, right, his words and his influence will be diminished, or have none whatsoever. So I'm saying, based on what the Chovos HaLevavos is saying now, what's the value of influencing somebody positively? It has infinite value, even greater than the person who almost achieves the level of a Navi. A Navi is a Navi unto himself, not where he influences others, because of the effect, the ripple effect that he has on the community, which could go on for generations. But if he discredits the Rav, that means he can't have that influence. So it even makes it much more serious. It's not only influencing this individual here, it's the effect, the ongoing effect. That's what he's actually interfering with. So it makes the culpability, the liability, much greater for the person who speaks Lashon Hara. Because this person is in a position where his effect could be unlimited, the level of effect. And he's actually interfering with that or damaging it. He says, "Amoshel b'zeh b'shnei sochrim higi al medina." You have two merchants coming to a community. One person makes a profit 10 times his principal. Yeah, it says something phenomenal. Person makes 10 times his, and he made 100. 100 zuz, $100. And the other person, he only doubled his investment. However, but he had multiple things that he sold. One person sold one thing, he made 10 times his investment. The other person had many investments. And in each investment, he made just double investment. Made 10. Much. The first rabbi, the perfection, perfect. Those who you perfected, they gave them on the, and now they're going to do good. Achievements are going to accrue the one who actually, that's your Hashem will watch it that sin to his hand. Moshe's Sharam Tulibo. Shenema Tzidkas Hashem also Mishpotav Yisrael.
Rabbi, the concept of you have $10,000 for charity. You give $1,000 10 times, or do you give $10,000 to one person?
Wherever will have the biggest impact. I'm explaining to you. Wherever will have the biggest impact.
That's really consultation with...
He's saying the same thing. Chofetz Chaim writes that he says even person is a phenomenal Talmud Chacham. But as great as you are, you can't say it's very difficult to know everything. And you have the ability to support Torah. And you support Kolalim. And they're going to study things which you don't study. As a result of this, as much as you study yourself, you still have limitation. But if you're so-called, you distribute the wealth to others to enable them to study, so they're studying accrues to you. So even things that you may not retain or you may not learn, they're learning as you're learning. It's based on this principle that he's saying over here. I mean, we're taking the Yisachas Zvulun to another level over here. Right? There's a principle, Yisachas Zvulun, but it's not only Yisachas Zvulun. Any level of influence in the spiritual realm that you have on anyone else, if you're the cause of him doing whatever he does in the positive, you're the beneficiary of that level of accomplishment. That's basically what he's saying. To be continued. You think about it. Today, we minimize the contribution of lived in the United States, what they did for America. Them, Torah would have never taken root here. And they literally, and they sacrificed, and they are the pioneers of putting the foundation that we have what we have today. If they wouldn't have done what they did, we would have never had what we have today. So everything we have today, which is, relatively speaking, unheard of, then it was a spiritual wasteland. And they put the foundation, and because of that, everything we have today. If you read the book, there's a book, very good book on Mike Tress. They called him Mike. It's put out by Art Scroll. Very good book. And in the 30s, the 20s and the 30s, did phenomenal things. He was a wealthy man, and he invested. He gave up all his wealth to bring Jews back to Judaism. Teenagers, young boys, camps, everything. And what he did, because when the Gedolim came, even Rabbi Ber came to America, different Gedolim came, and one time nobody would look at these people. Who would look at them? Who would give him any value? So because he already set in place a certain perspective that these people, they are special, and we need them to guide us, and so on and so forth. Therefore, when the people came afterwards, pre-World War II, even pre-World War II, when the Gedolim came to America and the yeshiva started, many of them were due to his investment, what he invested.
Yeah. I mean, where did he get? Who was he?
He started off, he somewhat gravitated to certain things naturally. He was a cousin of Moshe Shera. They were cousins. They were first cousins.